Comes up to the outside of the field.
We're waiting on the
Makes its way in. And they're ready to be dispatched.
Clear!
Race 5, the Richardson Sons handicap, and they're off and racing. And the red-hot favourite, Double Bubble, began brilliantly and will lead through the first 100 very comfortably from Cosmic Eyes. And going forward now is Black Ruby Rose, Katusha fourth. Then Party Night being followed then by Universal Fancy, and dropping out towards the back is More Bizarre with 850 left to travel to the side. Double Bubble had them bunched up behind at the hot pot. It's Double Bubble working through the bridle and leads the way by a length. Running second over on the outside is Cosmic Eyes, and being closely followed then deeper out. Coming down the side of the track is Black Ruby Rose, trapped out a shade deep. Katusha's down on the inside. In between horses came Party Night, around it then on the outside Universal Fancy, and the tail ender More Bizarre coming into the home straight. At the 400, Double Bubble had led the way, probably 3 off the fence from Cosmic Eyes, about to lay down the gauntlet to it. They're 2.5 in front now. From wider out, Black Ruby Rose, then Katusha. More Bizarre's near the rail. Double Bubble, though, had shaken off the challenge of Cosmic Eyes when they went by the 150, and it's absolutely home, Double Bubble. Double Bubble reaching through the bridle. There's drawing right away from them, and Double Bubble makes it 2 in a line, won it by almost 4. Cosmic Eyes getting home for third. Universal Fancy. From deeper out, Black Ruby Rose, Katusha. More Bizarre never got warm after getting back, and dropping out is Party Night, who whips them all in. So William Pike gets his first up for the new season aboard Double Bubble, who he guided to victory at Belmont Park on debut. Simon Miller posts his first for the new season. Double Bubble straight to the top, and although staying probably 3 off the rail for a good part of the race, has booted well clear late at the shorts and won in a canter from Cosmic Eyes and Universal Fancy. Double Bubble is by Unencumbered from La Viscontessa for Simon Miller. Raced by T. P. J, Mrs. P. Liston, N. Nottle, K. Dunbar, C. Ribker, S. Wolfenden, M. Dunbar, B. Atkin, J. Clark, R. Smith, C. Constance, S. Lawrence, and M. Walsh. And it's William Pike aboard the winner. At the $1.50 and 104 from 4 Cosmic Eyes, who has finished second. A Chance in Time Glance Away mare for Gary Crispin with Jason Whiting aboard. And Universal Fancy by Universal Ruler from Verstack, Kath Fleming and Peter Nucky, with 1 Black Ruby Rose weighing in fourth ahead of Katusha. More Bizarre got back last in transit, stayed close to the inside, but never ever worked into the race at any point. Next of the day, the running of the Mrs. Max Handicap 1200 with 2 Colourful Charade and 4 the Niconian both out there. 12 left to run in the next. Craig Staples aboard number 8 Petrosity. Margins on the previous are 4.5 lengths by 3/4. We've seen some big winning margins this afternoon to date. 114.58 the time. It's a split of 36.43. 36.43 there. That's after the running of race number 5. As we get to the back half of the card with the next at 2:19. In the meantime, let's go down to Gareth. He's in the yard.
Thank you very much there, Macca. Kelly Kittamon joins us here, and Cal, of course, the stable rep and the forewoman, you could say, for the Simon Miller camp. That was a good performance, unbeaten this particular gallop, and won easily again.
Yeah, she was good. She's very professional, this little filly. She knows her job pretty much from day one. She did everything right, stretched out to the 1200 well, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
You've obviously got a pretty good, handy group of 3-year-olds now back home in the stable. She took a little while to go, late last season, to win that 2-year-old race, and this is the 3-year-old season now for her. But how long will she keep going this time in?
I think he's going to run her on a sad day, probably keep her at that distance, I would think, and see where we go from there.
Has she surprised you?
No, not at all. Not at all. She's the racehorse, full-on racehorse, so yeah, she's good.
Will we see many more improvement in her this prep?
Oh, I think that was pretty convincing today on that going. And yeah, I can't fault her. Everything, we didn't expect her to be leading, but yeah, she's just professional.
Yeah, another exciting horse to take home. Well done, Cal.
Thanks, Gareth.
There we go, and Double Bubble too strong. Brittany leading all of the way, and she was impressive.
Very, very impressive for certain. There have been a number of horses today that have been able to stretch out by some margin, and great to see all the owners out here on a Wednesday afternoon. Obviously have knocked off work early, so hopefully the boss isn't watching.
Well, it's wet. They look like they're trading, so they probably had 2 weeks off, like
They
everyone
probably
else.
have. As soon as it starts raining, they call it quits.
Yeah.
Don't know hard work, hey boys? We'll speak to William Pike in just a second as he gets off the scales. But a very nice win there out in front, and clean as a whistle. Look at those colours, won't even need to go through the wash when you're out in front. It's always a nice place to be on the day like this.
Yeah, definitely. She's pretty sort of soft out there and good to stay clean.
Now, the horse herself, were you expecting to lead today?
No, I didn't actually. I thought she, last time when I stuck my head in front, she was a bit green and wanted to wait, and I sort of said, I doubt that I'd lead. But she just jumped so fast and just put herself there, and she's real professional. She just said, you hold on and I'll do the rest.
How much improvement did she take from that first up run in terms of professionalism? Because she was out in front for a long time, even towards the end.
Yeah, that's right. That's probably why I rode her quite vigorous still. Even though she won by a margin, I'm a long way out in front. I didn't want her to start waiting. Yeah, definitely from one start to the next. She always showed ability, there's no doubt there, but her professionalism just sort of went up a notch. And as I said, she just told me to hold on and she'd do the rest.
Was she more impressive over the 1200 today?
Yeah, I think she did a nice job. Probably boils down to opposition and things like that, but I was just happy that she come on from one run to the next.
Well, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Well, there you go, Brittany. Lucas Camilleri, Mitchell Pateman, Sean O'Donnell and Patrick Carberry, their claim to fame. I was leading Willie Pike at a Metro Jockeys Premiership.